Hey folks, what's going on? Thanks for joining me for another Star Wars almost weekly live chat. I put the little almost in the thumbnails because it's I'm quite sporadic, and there was a little while there where I wasn't doing it every week. But I feel like I'm back on track now, and I'm having fun. So I'm going to keep the almost there, just because I can't guarantee it to be weekly. So if I put an almost there, it's going to be all good. So I hope everyone is doing well. There was one viewer a moment ago, but they seemed to clicked away. So yeah, sitting here with 0 people watching so far, so that's okay. Collecting Unleashed, what's going on? Glad you could make it. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. It is saying. Oh no, now it's saying there's 3. There maybe there's just a little bit of lag. So yeah, I just really wanted to just sort of sit down and see if people had some thoughts on the Disney Gallery special. That we kind of just have a bit of a discussion with folks about what they thought about bringing Plo Koon back for that epic finale. Oh, I said it would have been great if it was Plo Koon. I'm not dishappy with Luke Skywalker. I think it's amazing. But if there's one Jedi that I could pick to bring back for something like epic like that, it'd be Plo Koon. I'm a Plo Koon fanboy. Hi, Linda. Hope you're doing well. Hope you've had a great week. Hope you have a great weekend too. Diablo Cooling, what's going on? Glad to see you pop in. So how is everyone? What's everyone been doing? I haven't picked up much this week. I did get a couple of figures early in the week. I sort of did videos on them. But my big purchase this week was I bought myself a 3D printer. So I'm looking forward to that coming in next week. I'm actually really, really pumped. So I'm really looking forward to learning how to do 3D printing, which is just going to enhance my Star Wars collection and, hopefully find a little bit of inspiration in creating and, working with 3D printing. I think it's going to be awesome. I see a lot of people doing it online, and I find a lot of inspiration in it. So I'm looking forward to digging into that realm. Not sure about the whole modeling thing, like digital modeling before 3D printing yet. I'll baby steps, like I'll just get into printing existing files and stuff. So yeah, I'm really, really pumped to get one of those. So that should arrive early mid next week. So I'm not sure when I'm going to get time to set it up and try it all out, but we'll see. I've got I've got to go in for a little surgery procedure thing on Wednesday. So if it comes then, I'll see how I go. I'm not sure. Mando episode was great. Loved behind the scenes on Luke. Glad they were able to keep it a secret for so long. I think that was amazing, really. Like, people were guessing for that last week. Like, that hype and excitement of people just sort of guessing what was going to happen. Like, is someone going to come at all? I got an original piece of Wampa fur and Jabba sail barge this week for the collection. Fantastic. Nicely done. Been a while since I got some figures. Have a few hot toys on the way. Excellent. The barge, man, that is just the creme de la creme. It's a beautiful thing. You're going to have an absolute blast with that thing. It's incredible. It really is. An original piece of Wampa fur. That's really cool. Ordered some extra Bo-Katans for some customs off Amazon AU. Someone did tell me, 808 Toys Dave on Instagram, he did let me know to check Amazon. So I actually need to do that because I haven't done it yet. So I want to see what's on there. I'm going to actually do it right now. So if I don't see your chat for a minute, it's just because I'm popping over to Amazon. Just going to check see if they got any Star Wars stuff on special. Star Wars series. I am Moff Gideon's down to 25. That's pretty good. Tusken Raider down to 27. Bo-Katan's at 19, less than $19. That's fantastic. Get onto them, guys. I can see why you bought a couple, Linda. That's fantastic. That's an absolute steal. The Hoth, Luke and Han, they're pretty cheap too. Even Cody's down to under $30. The Han Solo and Carbonite Black Series from on the vintage Empire Strikes Back card, $23. That's some really freaking good prices. Quill down to $22.88. Moff Gideon down to $24.46. Jackson down to $32. Some good figures there for good prices. Vintage Collection Armorer for under $15. The Star of Mandalorian Plo Koon down to $25. Gaming Greats, the Vintage Collection Shadow Trooper down to $18. That might be worth actually biting the bullet. I might be grabbing one of them later on. That's fantastic. We got a 6-inch Jawa. Count Dooku's down to $27. Let's see what's on page 2. Probably start. Oh yeah, Electro Staff Purge Trooper Gaming Greats, $18. That's fantastic. You know, I really didn't want to pay the $35 for them from EB Games /Zing. So that's good to see. I dare say they're not really moving. But yeah, I'm just sort of having a quick glance through Amazon here, and I got some good deals on some stuff at the moment. Celebrate the Saga, the 5-pack Rebel Alliance. Comes with R2, Chewie, Han, Leia, and Luke, $35. That's some good deals, good savings. Vintage Collection Ahsoka, $19. That's good. What else we got here? Doesn't seem to be anything else really jumping out at me at the moment. I'm sure if I sort of clicked on a few and linked them off. Battle Droid, Phantom Menace, $17. You know, that's good prices for us here in Australia, at least anyway. Cool. Yeah, go and check out Amazon if you haven't. Oh yeah, yes, awesome. Yeah, just as you know, I just saw it. That's awesome. Not the sail barge HasLab, also a piece of the actual sail barge. That's even cooler. That's freaking cool, man. That's awesome. That'd be an awesome piece to have in the collection. Like, fantastic. It's a piece out of the actual movie. That's brilliant. 3-inch vintage on sale too. Nice. Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to going and grabbing a few. Can't get myself to spend current prices for the HasLab barge. There's some really annoying people out there that have really marked up their doubles, and they're still sitting on them like 3 years later, nearly 4 years later. Jurassic Animations, what's up, bud? Hope you're doing well. Little toy company, nice. So yeah, I was really excited to sort of sit down and watch that Mandalorian special the other night. It got me in the feels again, like the episode did. Like it was awesome. I loved it. Darth Rock, what's up, my man? Hope you're doing well. Hope you've had a fantastic week too. You guys still locked down over there in New Zealand? I've not watched a skerrick of news all week, so I have absolutely zero idea what's going on in the world. I did hear a couple of horrible stories today, but yeah, I've kind of stay away from the news throughout the week, or at least I make an effort to. When it was available on eBay for a little while, I had it in my shopping cart 3 times, and it gave an error. Then it sold out in just a few minutes. That's a bummer. Yeah, that was how I got mine, was on eBay. Which, you know, I find myself very lucky to have one. So yeah, it's always disappointing when people do miss out, or you know, an error happens, like you said, like it sucks. But I don't know. Hopefully hopefully they'll revisit one day and you get another chance, or you'll come across one at a good price. Jurassic Animations. So yeah, what's everyone else been getting? Like it's I'm just trying to think of what I've got on the way. I'm kind of just sort of waiting for the sort of next wave of Black Series. I think is due out. I might grab a couple of those vintage figures from Amazon. So thanks for the tip off there, Linda. I'll definitely check that out because I'd completely forgotten. I got that message from mate Dave the must have been this morning. The last couple of days are a complete blur. That's just the working week, I think. But yeah, I'm looking forward to just chilling out tomorrow, I hope. Still in lockdown. Oh, bad damn, that sucks, man. We're over here in South Australia, we're just really just hoping that nothing happens. Like I think we had one case that was found in a Medi hotel, someone that was already quarantining. So, this Delta strain seems to be just spreading like wildfire in the eastern states, which is unfortunately how it got over to New Zealand. But I believe, but yeah, I'm hoping we don't get it again. We don't need that. We really don't need it. So we've been pretty good over here in SA. So hopefully it stays that way. Not that much Black Series, lots of Godzilla and Jurassic World. Nice. Some cool stuff out there at the moment. I haven't really had a good look through any stores recently. Aside from last week when I went to Big W and found all those vintage figures I posted about on Instagram. Last week we finally got the Disney Plus update with the droids Ewoks. Yeah, it's weird that you'd think by now everyone would just be getting them at the same time. Like, that's bizarre that, I don't know if it's just for you in Belgium or whether there's other countries over in Europe that sort of get pulled behind a little bit. It's I don't know. I know you guys had to wait a long time to actually get Disney Plus in the first place, but we had to wait. We only had to wait a week or 2 weeks after the USA. So we were pretty lucky there. But yeah, you'd think by now that you've got it, you'd think all the content it would just be able to be updated with the rest of the world. It's mostly in Auckland. Oh, okay. Bought Star Wars Rebels Manga Book Volume 1, High Republic Out of the Shadows, Dr. Aphra, The Engine Job, and High Republic There Is No Fear. Very nice. What do you think of the Rebels manga book? Have you had a flick through it yet? I recently read the Lost Stars ones, and it took me a whole book to get used to reading it backwards. But yeah, it was a cool retelling of Lost Stars. High Republic Out of Shadows, I think I've got that one coming. I've got that one in the mail. That one's coming. Hopefully this week it'll show up. So I'm looking forward to getting that one, because I really need to hurry up my reading. I've been so slack. I've spent like the last 2 months reading one book, and I'm only halfway through. And it's not because it's boring. It's just I literally read like a chapter a week at the moment. Whereas 2019, I was reading a book a month, and I was just plowing through them. Last year, I was still reading reasonably quickly, but I didn't get to one a month. I think I read 9 books last year. And yeah, I got halfway through on Ascendancy. And yeah, I've had to put it down because it just wasn't grabbing me. And now I'm reading the second Alphabet Squadron book, and it's really good. I am hooked on it. I just not finding the energy at night time to sort of sit and read and really just sort of soak it all in and eat it up. I'm just not really feeling that at the moment. So I need to probably just spend a little less time looking at my phone and maybe just pick up my book instead. But yeah, I've slowed up on the comics. Yeah, haven't really grabbed a lot. I know I've in the past I've always waited for the trade paperbacks, and I've only really got one of them since they started the sort of post Empire era. So I do need to sort of get back on top of that, but it's yeah, I'll have to catch up with that at some point. Guess I'm lucky to live in WA. One of the last countries in Europe to get the update. Others got it a few weeks earlier. Makes no sense. It doesn't. That makes zero sense, man. Like, why not? Why? It's bizarre. There must be some external weird licensing stuff. If anyone can get Echo, let me know. Fully missed it here. 100%. If anyone's got a spare Echo, the Black Series Echo that just came out part of the Clone Wars wave, hook this man up. Yeah, I know he's super keen to get that figure. So, yeah, hook up Darth Rock if you've got a spare Echo. I've got a safe search, so I am keeping an eye on Australian listings. So yeah, if I find one that's a reasonable price, I will absolutely let you know. But yeah, if anyone's got one, it's in the other room, but I've just this week been working on a custom Phase 2 Clone Trooper Jesse, because I did the Phase 1 a few weeks ago. So I'm just working on. I need to reapply the sort of Republic thing to his helmet. It just didn't work out as well, but I've got a spare, so I need to put that one up on this weekend, and then I can do a clear matte coat over him, and yeah, hopefully finish that one up and put him in the display with Rex. Not seen him, but I've seen Wrecker. Wrecker's a good one. A clone I need now. Or if you're watching and you know anyone that's got an Echo, do a little search, see if you can track one down. I'll see if I've got any listing updates now for it. Clone it's Arc Trooper. Troopet Echo. Yeah, there's a little bit up there in price. $100. $100. There in Australia. That one's probably going to end up being over $100. It's 7 days left to bid, and that's sitting at 85 with $12.50 shipping. So that's already $100. Yeah, 90 plus $12.50 shipping. Someone's selling all 4 of those figures for $480. Yeah, no. Yeah, not many here. But yeah, $100 is probably what you're looking at, unfortunately. Because look, check it out. It's even got the great price tag, which is absolute BS. $99.95 or best offer. I wonder if they take a lower offer. Yeah, that's the Kenobi series is almost done filming. Any thoughts on the coming series? I just want it now. Can I just get it like via intravenous drip straight into my arm? Yeah, and I did see the little bit of concept art leaked of Vader, which is really, really awesome. So yeah, really looking forward to seeing that again, or seeing Vader again. Like, you know, in his tank. We saw him in Rogue One, but yeah, I'm so excited to see what they're going to do with that. It's going to be absolutely nuts. Hoping for a TK Trooper from Bad Batch. I think they'll do one. I think they will do one. I think it'd be silly not to. ARC troopers and clones in general are hard to get. They certainly are. They're just army builders, and why Hasbro don't put out more of them, I will never know. Like just put one in every wave. Usual Mike Television. How's it going, dude? Thanks for tuning in, man. Great to see you. We need to catch up for a chat again soon. Any thoughts of Star Wars Visions? I can't wait to see this. I'm not much of an anime fan. I sort of got into things like Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z back when I was a teenager, and I appreciate them now still. But yeah, I've never been a big anime fan. Never read much manga. But I'm looking forward to the art style. Like, I've always appreciated the art style. I think it looks amazing. And for, Star Wars to sort of almost go back to it's not that it's inspired by it, but being that Star Wars is so inspired by Japanese films, that George was inspired by, like Akira Kurosawa films and stuff like that it has very much like a rich Japanese history to it, as an inspiration to sort of go back and throw it all back into sort of something Japanese inspired. I think it just lends itself great to the art form. I know that it's not going to be canon, but it's just going to be like short stories. I think it's going to be really cool. I'm really, really excited to sort of see what they're going to do with it. And, some action figures to accompany the show would be fantastic too. Some like Jedi Samurai look just amazing. They look fantastic. Yeah, man, let's make it happen. Bill, what's going on? Hope you're doing well, my friend. Thanks for tuning in. Star Wars Visions like Godzilla 2017. I haven't seen Godzilla 2017, but I'm going to do a quick Google search now just so I can see exactly what you mean. 2017. That's the Godzilla movie? Anime. That might be the one. Yeah, okay, that looks cool. I'm seeing it now. Yeah, no, it was 2014 that the... Yeah, that looks cool. I might have to check that out. That actually looks visually really, really cool. Awesome. Yeah, I'm going to look into that. Awesome stuff. Bug Scout 74, what's going on? Andy, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Need to catch up with you ASAP, my man. It's been too long. These Visions is where it's at. Can't agree anymore. So do some figures for Visions, much like the colourful Resistance figures. It should be pretty cool. I'd even like to just sort of see, just really sort of stylized, just some really cool sort of stylized stuff. I think, like, just thinking about that sort of Sith that's got the astromech droid with the straw hat. I think that's just visually, that's just awesome. Like, it's really cool. Good night, Darth Rock. Thanks for tuning in, my man. Great to hear from you. Well, it's probably quite late for you there. It's only sort of 8:30 p.m. here, so it's not super early, not super late, but it's I'm feeling it now. It's starting to hit me. So take it easy, man. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I have a few TVC Tusken Raiders on order from Walmart. I enjoyed your unboxing presentation of them. They're really, really good, man. Like, I hope you're as excited for them as I was. I wasn't excited, and then I opened it up, and it was, a big surprise. So, yeah, I hope people don't sleep on these Tusken Raiders because they're really good figures, and all it takes is a little black texture just to fix those eye holes up, those little dark eyes, just because it seems to be a recurring problem that the paint machine just didn't line up those sort of the holes in the eyes properly and shoot the black ink in them. So yeah, a nice little fine point Sharpie or something would do wonders for that figure. And I am absolutely hoping to get a couple more. Love to see an anime paying homage to Toshiro Mifune. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I've read it so many times I know exactly who he is. I just don't know how to pronounce it. As Obi-Wan George's #1 choice for the Jedi Master. Yeah, that's an awesome little factoid, that one. Would have been interesting too. Would have been very interesting. $6.54 WA. Yeah, he's still pretty early over there. Very excited for him. Great, the Razor Crest. Absolutely. This 50th anniversary TV figures are $20 at Big W now. I just see that. My wife sent me the email. I should post that up. Where is it? Yeah. So if you're in Australia, check your Big W's. Hopefully you can get to them. If not, they're available individually online. So the Fashionable Rebel, what's that? Oh, it's clothes. Yeah, so it's like a Star Wars for Father's Day thing. So that's cool. Definitely check them out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try and get myself a couple more Tuskens, I think, because they're just so cool. You never have enough. Like Attack of the Clones, you need a couple for Anakin to slaughter. A New Hope, you need a couple for, whatever. And then Mandalorian always help to have a couple more as well. Finally have them individually SKU as well. It's about time, isn't it? Like, we've been waiting years and years for these figures to come out as an individual item that you can order online. I hope it's a trend that continues, because forever here in Australia, we've just had, a wave, an assortment, and you can never get what figure you're going to get. So you tend to just avoid paying for them from there. So this is really good to be able to check that out and know what figure you're going to get, and hopefully it arrives in all right condition. Who knows? From accounts that I've seen, they have been arriving in decent condition. Ordering enough, obviously they're going to put them in a box. So any good reads lately? I was just sort of saying before, I'm still getting through book 2 of the Alphabet Squadron series, so I'm taking my sweet ass time with it, because it's just, I don't know, I've as I was saying, like, it's not that the book's not grabbing me. I love the story, love the characters, love everything about it. It's fantastic, but I'm just not giving myself the time to do it. Distracted by life and other things. So yeah, I need to get back into it, because I've got a few books. I've got a bit of a list happening here. I've got some of the new High Republic, Rising Storm, Test of Courage, and then Out of Darkness will be showing up next week. Hate the assorted listing. Me too, Linda. Like, it's just been going on for years and years and years. Target do it, Big W have done it, Toys R Us even did it. Let's start cooking dinner. Enjoy your night, Jurassic. Take it easy, my friend. Thanks for tuning in, bud. I love to read my books slowly. Lives move fast enough as it is. That's a fair thing to go by. I'm a consumer. I've almost wanted to go down the audiobook route again, but I just don't want to do that. I just don't want to get it back into audiobooks. I've done it before, and while I enjoyed it, I get a bit more of a kick out of reading an actual physical novel. Like, it was great to go back to that. I also go back into Ghost of Tsushima this week with the new director's cut expansion. So, really getting back into that. I haven't played anywhere near enough. Hoping to do some of that over the weekend. Maybe even after I'm done here, jump on Ghost for a little while, do a couple of missions, because it's one of my favorite games ever. I'll just say that it's amazing. I love everything about it. It's great. Got so many comics to get through, especially Star Wars titles, War of the Bounty Hunters, Disney Plus. Absolutely, it sounds really cool. Yeah, I really need to get into War of the Bounty Hunters. It's I didn't know how to think when it was first kicking off, but it sounds like it's really getting up there and being like an awesome story. So I'm still not sure that watching Empire Strikes Back and then Return of the Jedi, I'm not sure how much I believe that all this went in between it, but it is what it is. Like, you either take the comic stuff sort of on board as your own headcanon, or you don't. You don't have to sort of really lug that information around with you between movies. So it's kind of cool that you can sort of just pick and choose what you want to carry with you into each film. Hakuna Matata means no wuckers. But yeah, I was saying earlier, like I just bought myself a 3D printer, so I'm really looking forward to making some cool accessories and make some new Mandalorian helmets, because the Black Series one sucks. So hopefully I can learn that quickly. I'm really looking forward to getting this 3D printer. Excuse me. I used to listen to Rogue Squadron series books with my commute. Moved away from Dallas to a smaller city and no more long commute. Yeah, see, like that's a good thing. Like, that's where I sort of consume most of my podcasts. Is I listen to podcasts almost every day on my way to work. If not, it's putting on some headbanger music. So it's cool to be able to consume content that way, because I don't mind driving. I drive probably anywhere between 45 to 55 minutes to work. Sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less. So it's I'm pumped. Always looking forward to just chilling out. It gives, especially on the way home, like it gives me time to wind down after work. And by the time I get home, I'm sort of already sort of wound down and sort of relaxed a little bit. When I come inside, and it's like, I've had like a good sort of 30 to an hour minutes of, just sort of chilling out, listening to my podcasts and stuff like that. So, Mando. Salacious, what's going on, my friend? My little flea-ridden friend. I'm doing fantastic. Hope you are well. It's great to hear from you. Thank you for tuning in. Was the inspiration for the 3D printer from Chris Pirillo? No, it wasn't. No, I don't follow Chris Pirillo. I should, but I know he's a very active member in the community. But it's a couple of guys that I work with. They've just both bought 3D printers, and looking at customizers on Instagram, like Landspeeder Luke's knocking out some absolutely amazing stuff, and selling his files through Patreon. So have to join up to his Patreon to get some of these files for. He just did a set with the Ghost, the cockpit of the Ghost. So you get a couple of seats, a crate, and the door, and a gonk droid. No, it was the Bad Batch. It was the Havoc Marauder. But I think he may have done some seats from the Ghost as well. But yeah, just does some amazing environments and little backdrops for his figures and paints them up amazingly. So yeah, a lot of that's been my inspiration, and me and the guys at work, we really want to get into sort of prop building and stuff like that. So make it part of the business. For those that don't know, I'm a barber, apprentice barber, but so hoping to sort of add our love for props and Star Wars and statues and things like that into the business somehow in the future. It's a long-term goal. But yeah, getting into 3D printing, it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. And I'm sure it won't be without frustrations. We've already seen that from both the other guys that have got them. So it's it's a learning curve. It's going to be fun though. I'm looking forward to it. Oh, my friend Darth Mark. Hope you're well, my friend. Great to hear from you. Used to read heaps on public transport, but I have to put in my noise-cancelling headphones now. Too many ferals. Yeah, you're in Adelaide. There's feral people everywhere. I know it's all over the world, though, isn't it? But yeah, they tend to congregate around public transport. Now I drive towards about 10 miles away or 10 minutes. Love the gonks. Yeah, I really need a gonk. I really need a gonk droid. I need my Wrecker figure to do like bench pressing with a gonky. Need that Walmart Death Star droid ASAP. It's cool, but if you can get a hold of one of the older Death Star droids, it's the same thing. If you can get it cheaper, it looks a little bit better than the old ones, but it's an old figure, and yeah, each their own. Like I wouldn't, if you can get it for a good price, like do it. But yeah, I've seen people army building them, and it's like, they're not that good. They're all painted the same, and it's cool if you got like a bit of a junk pile of feel like a surrounding area for Jawas or something like that, and you just throw some bits of a Death Star droid in there. It looks cool. Gonk is my favorite thing about it. Well, mine's Wrecker. I love Wrecker. I want to print him out, a gonk droid and some kind of bird leg, like a turkey leg or something. Biffa the Hobbit. What's going on? Where's Bofa and Bomba? The original one from 1978. I think I do too. It's just really loose, and I had to stick blue tack in its joints to make it stand up properly. But it's cool. The Death Star droid card, yes. Yeah, it is nice. It is nice. I did keep one carded. I bought two. I kept one carded because it goes well with the gonk droid. That's if you'd seen my reviews, I did talk about that. So they look great together. Yeah, I've got them both in my vintage, like my Kenner shelf, so it's cool. I like them. So I'm hopefully going to get some time in here. I've just got so much crap all over the place in this room, you can't tell. But somewhere on these shelves, I need to sort of do a little bit of reorganizing and reshuffling around tomorrow. So nice to see the other Hobbit here. But yeah, I hope everyone's doing well though. Like, has anyone else that's joined recently watched the Disney Gallery? The making of the Luke Skywalker episode. Chatted a little bit about it earlier, but there's a few people in the chat that weren't here then, so I'd love to get some more thoughts and opinions on the way they brought Luke Skywalker back. And did it give you chills? It gave me chills. But yeah, that's basically what I wanted to come here to talk about tonight. I mean, obviously, naturally, it always turns to action figures and stuff like that because that's what I do. It's my thing. It's my jam. I'm here all night. No, I won't be here all night. But I really want to watch it again because it was so good. It was just, you feel, I don't know what it is, like just watching Mark Hamill in his yard holding Grogu. Like it's amazing. Like it just feels so authentically Star Wars. Like it's just, for me, I grew up in the 90s. I was born in 87, so I wasn't around. I wasn't around for the original trilogy. it was my first foray into Star Wars was the original trilogy before the special editions. So I grew up with Star Wars, getting to know Star Wars reasonably well before the special editions, within 2 or 3 years. Then the special editions came out in 97, so then I grew up with the prequels. So I feel like I grew up at the perfect time, whereas I was still able to enjoy the originals, get to know the originals, and then grow up with the prequels, and sort of growing up with Anakin Skywalker and, really feeling that punch when Revenge of the Sith, I was 18 in 2005 when that came out. And, being an emotional sort of teenager, I really, really felt that pain of Obi-Wan standing on the lava bank saying, I loved you, Anakin, you were my brother. And that really freaking hurt me. But yeah, going back and still having all this nostalgia for the original trilogy with Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Princess Leia, and seeing the way they did that, I remember sitting on the edge of the couch that night when that episode first aired on Disney Plus back in January, whenever it was, December, I can't remember now. But yeah, literally sitting on the edge of the couch, and as the sort of scenes progress from the X-Wing coming in, that was me sitting on the edge of my seat. By time it went to the color shot of his lightsaber up close, like the green blade with his black gloved hand holding it, I was sitting on the floor on my knees, just almost in tears. Like, I couldn't believe what I was watching. Like, it still shakes me to this day. Still it's just, I go and watch that episode. I don't watch it too much because I know it's going to, it's like Rogue One for me. Like, Rogue One, it's such an amazing film, but I don't watch it as much as I do the other movies because I know watching it too much could spoil a good thing, like too much of a good thing. Which I don't know. I don't know that it would. I don't want to risk doing that. But yeah, to go back and watch the build up of those last 2 episodes of Mandalorian, to get that as a payoff, it's just, it's amazing. Just watch Gallery, so good. I know, I want to watch it again. That is on my list to watch. Get on it, Mike. Loved hearing from Mark Hamill, Filoni, and Favreau. Me too. I could listen to Filoni talk about Star Wars all day long. And Favreau, like, he's just, he knows what he's doing. He may not be deeply in tune with the lore, but he knows Star Wars. He knows storytelling. He knows directing. Like, he couldn't ask for someone. And he's a passionate guy. He loves Star Wars. Like, obviously, he grew up with it. But someone like Filoni, he's there for the knowledge, the lore, all of that sort of stuff. So those two together are just perfect pairing, and they'll be learning so much from each other. I wonder how much they used of Mark Hamill. It doesn't look like they used much of him physically. It was more so just much like when we had the last 2 episodes of season 3 of the Clone Wars, which was Padawan Lost and Wookiee Hunt, I think it was. They got Peter Mayhew in to sort of teach the animators how to, like, get Chewie to walk, because it was the first time they bring Chewie into the Clone Wars, so they taught him to walk. And yeah, they sort of just based the animation off of how Peter Mayhew did it. So I think it was very similar in that way. It was more so, how does Mark Hamill sort of, do those gestures? How does he speak? How does his face move? And then, yeah, watch and just sort of pulling as much information and stuff from Mark Hamill as they possibly can, and then doing all the digital stuff with the stand-in actor, which, personally, I think looked fantastic dressed as Luke Skywalker. I think he's, as good a likeness as any. Without having the same face. There goes my phone. Without actually looking like Mark Hamill. I'm really glad they took that route as opposed to. I was on board for a Sebastian Stan. Like, I think he'd be fantastic as a Luke Skywalker that's probably a little bit more active, has a main role, is the face of his own series or something like that. But with small little cameos like this with Mandalorian, like, perfect. I know they needed to tweak the little deepfake thing a little bit, which is why they hired the guy that did the deepfakes on YouTube, and made it look absolutely amazing. But yeah, it's a process they're only going to perfect over the years to come. Probably not even that. Like, it'll be sooner. Because I wouldn't discount seeing flashbacks of Anakin and Obi-Wan in the Kenobi series, so they're going to have to de-age those guys a little bit just to sort of show them at an earlier stage. But yeah, what they did was fantastic. Last OG kind of figs I brought off pegs were in 86, $3 a pop at Big W. Couldn't give them away. Damn. Cool to hear that they made the face look younger with the de-aging versus the deep fake. It was nuts, wasn't it? Like, the way they just sort of pulled all those reference shots of Mark Hamill together and then just let all the data and the computer sort of just spit something out using that. And it was just amazing how technology, and it's companies like Lucasfilm that are pushing this technology. And that's probably the greatest thing that George ever did. He pushed technology. Like, George couldn't have made Star Wars if he didn't push the people to do their job and make them do what he wanted to do. Like, what he wanted, what he set out to do, wasn't doable. He had to wait for technology to come to catch up to his ideas for the prequels, especially. Some might even say he should have waited a little bit longer, but the fact that he was able to bring a character like Jar Jar, despite what people think of him, like a fully digital character, like, I know Andy Serkis with Gollum sort of gets praised for, bringing that sort of era to life of, completely CG characters. But Jar Jar was really one of the first ones to do it with Ahmed Best, and, they should be getting the credit for it. But yeah, just sort of seeing how technology is coming, it's amazing. Yak face for 50p at Woolworths. Yeah, those would have been the days. If only hindsight was a thing, and I was born before 87. Heck, I'm 52 is definitely in tears with that last episode of the Bando. I want to go and watch it now. The Witcher, What If, and Lower Decks were all great this week. I have only sort of been paying half attention to What If. The other two I haven't watched. The first episode of What If was good. Second one was pretty good. And the last one, I didn't really pay much attention. Excuse me. And the last What If I didn't really pay attention to, so I will have to get to it. My body was a tumult of emotions when Luke returned. Somehow I don't think we're alone. Was Hayden Christensen really that bad as Anakin in the Star Wars prequels? I don't think he was. He was brought in to act a certain way. He was acting the way he was directed, with material he was given. I think he did a fantastic job of what he was given. And George was looking for a James Dean-esque in terms of vocal delivery. And did a pretty good job of lining that up with the way Vader talks and sounds. One scene that gets me all the time is, Padme consoling Anakin in the garage on Tatooine after he's slaughtered the younglings, and, he's a wreck. Like, watch that scene again, because that is freaking amazing. Like, I know people always go, they talk about the Meadow picnic, and it's a couple of corny young people that are just, there is some corny dialogue. I get that, but I don't think he acted badly. Jump the shark with Luke. Nobody else they can bring back now. Wasn't Hayden. He was told to act like that. Exactly. They're surely going to give us Seb Stan as a peak Jedi Luke in a Disney Plus series. I think it's inevitable, man. Like, I really do. Like, it'd be silly for them not to at some point. While Mark's still around. Not to say he's, almost his last legs, because he's in his 60s yet? He must be in his 60s. I'm not sure. If it is, it's very early. But yeah, while you can do it, I don't know, something I don't know, again, like they spoke about in Mandalorian, like you've really got to find that balance between, is it enough, is it not enough, you got to find that perfect balance. But yeah, I think we'd all love to see that. I know they were talking, someone spoke about this before Force Awakens, and there was sort of talk when they were first talking about doing TV spin-offs, and there was this whole idea about Luke Skywalker, and it was almost like a Batman-esque sort of vigilante. He's come in, this sort of character in dark robes would come in and save the day, and that's putting it pretty plainly. But that whole idea of this mythic character in dark robes, Luke, becoming almost a legend in himself, like a Batman. Basically becomes a legend for being a savior of a city or a galaxy, yada yada yada. And I kind of feel like that's where they're going to go with Luke for the time being, is just sort of show us these little bursts like we just saw in Mandalorian of Luke. Like, you think about the characters that saw that happen on the screen. You've got Cara Dune, you've got Bo-Katan, you've got what's her name? The characters are in there, but they basically see this, and they go and tell this story, and this story spreads throughout the galaxy through people they know. And someone saw this Jedi, and it was thought the Jedi were extinct, yada yada yada. It goes, imagine that for 30 years of like stories being told of these brief appearances of this legendary Jedi warrior with a green lightsaber, and then that is the legend of Luke Skywalker that Luke himself eventually comes to believe in. Like, he believes in himself as a legend, and then when everything collapses for him with the fall of Ben Solo, that's when he really cuts himself off. Coming into the sequels, he's cut himself off, he's pulled out, because this whole legend of him being this superior force, this mythic, absolutely larger than life sort of character, and he didn't feel like he could live up to that legend anymore after experience a massive failure. And I think we're just going to start seeing those little spots of little stories that are going to create Luke to become that legend that he's known as 30 years later, and come time for the sequel trilogy. So I think it's going to be a long road, and I think we're just going to see snippets, but I wouldn't say no to a peak Jedi Luke series. I think that would be absolutely incredible. Would love to see Mayfield and a Penny. Oh, Pelly, double Pelli. Yeah, she was fantastic. She was hilarious. Absolute crack up. She was so much full of heart. Mandalorian Luke should have a vintage collection figure. Absolutely. I think that's a no-brainer too. Hasbro will do it. Well, I don't care if they reuse the most recent Jedi Luke either. Just put a belt and a black robe on him. It'll look killer. Not sure if it's going to be Stan. If they're using deepfake, it'll probably be an unknown actor. I could go either way. I can see them, going either way. It could go either way. It's time will tell. And I think we just need to just chill out and enjoy what's coming, and then just see how it all plays out in the future. I think that'd be good. Third What If has been best to me. It looked cool. It was interesting. I'm going to have to watch it again. Agreed with Hayden's performance. Mark 69. 69. Grow up, me. In addition to Luke back in Mando, that Grogu Mando good boy was pretty dang sad. Oh, man, that just... when he takes his helmet off and he reaches out and touches his face, like, I was bawling. I was absolutely bawling. Do you own any Lego Star Wars toys? I do. I've got a few. I don't have as many as I used to. I went pretty hardcore with the Lego for a couple of years. And now I just sort of got a few sets sort of spotted around my room. Give Alden a solo series while we're at it too. Oh, 100%, man. I'd love that. Love a continuation of Solo. I'd even split up that movie into an episodic thing and drop them as episodes, because that movie feels like it's very much like 6 or 7 episodes all tacked together. So yeah, you can absolutely just sort of split that up into, 20-minute episodes of Solo, and boom, you've got yourself the first season, and then build on from that. I'll be honest, I'm more excited about Marvel more than Star Wars at the moment. That's fair, man. Absolutely. The Marvel's going to do some absolutely amazing stuff. And what they're saying about Shang-Chi, that movie's going to blow us off our seats, I think, because I'm really looking forward to it. I'm going to go see that next weekend with a couple of friends. So we're really looking forward to going and catching Shang-Chi, because, yeah, from what I'm not one for reviews and reading reviews, but people are saying that it's like one of the best sort of standalone solo movies since Iron Man, and yeah, I'm really, really pumped for it. Lego's crazy, man. Look, it just keeps going up too, and we just keep getting. It feels like we're getting less and less. I just got the Mandalorian shuttle, the Mandalorian fighter that comes with Bo-Katan and Gar Saxon, and what did that cost? $80 down here, which, it might have been like a $50 set 2 or 3 years ago. But I'm a sucker for those Mando minifigs, so I had to get it. Isn't Alden going to be in the Lando series? I would have assumed so. We haven't really heard anything else about the Lando series, have we, since they announced it? There's still a lot of speculation about what that's actually going to be. I think a Calrissian Chronicles sort of thing is a no-brainer. I think it'd be fun. It'd be good to see him cross paths again. But yeah, we'll see. I need some more vintage vehicles. Would love to get the Marek X-Wing when it comes out at Target. That'll be cool. That looks really good. I love the blue X-Wing. Wish I would have gotten the Galaxy's Edge Millennium Falcon. Yeah, I could have done that. Could have gotten that, but I had the original one, the Legacy Collection one. I sold that a couple of years ago, so I just don't have the space for it. But it looks cool. It was a bit overpriced down here in Australia. It was like $700. It was just like, that was, more. It's the same prices as the HasLab Razor Crest. Checked out new Suicide Squad yet. Really like it. Such a blast. King Shark stole the show. I agree 100%. Oh, it was fantastic. James Gunn absolutely nailed that movie. It was good action, good laughs, good everything, bit of heart, and everything you can want. Like a bunch of just off to the side sort of DC villains characters. Like it was just, Harley Quinn aside, like Polka Dot Man, they brought him into a movie and it freaking worked, and his mother was hilarious. I was almost in tears watching that. That was hilarious. No, absolutely fantastic. No, I really love Suicide Squad. I think it was great. Hopefully Warner Brothers can sort of start seeing where they can go with DC and course correct a little bit. Because they've made some pretty shonky decisions, and hopefully DC can get a bit of course correction going on. And there was a tweet that went out from someone today saying that a sort of early screening of the Batman was shown. It's 3 hours long. I think that's going to be fantastic. I'm really looking forward to the Batman as well. 1 kilo of Lego equals $100. That's better than gold, isn't it? Bill, that Falcon's been released 3 times. Get the first version a lot cheaper. Too big and I need room for my Razor Go. It's my problem too. Someone finally bought the Galaxy's Edge Falcon from Zing in Rundle Mall. Wow. That thing sat there catching dust for a long time. I know like a couple of months ago, it dropped down to about $450 because I reckon Darth Muzzer got one. So I hope you're well, Darth Muzzer. Thanks for tuning in, man. I know it doesn't matter if you're a bit late. You can, if you feel like it, you can go back and watch from the beginning later. Because I've just ticked over an hour, so I'm probably going to start wrapping it up. I I need a coffee and maybe a little bit of Ghost of Tsushima. Falcon looks good, pinned to the wall. I had it on a it's like a book stand, like those metal book stands. But yeah, so saw someone else borrowed that idea and used a guitar stand for it, which works perfectly. So yeah, that was cool. When I was a kid, The Return of the Jedi really disappointed me, but improved over the years. It was one of my favorite movies as an adult. Do you have the same experience? I think I always loved Return of the Jedi. I watched that one as a kid more than anything. Probably because my sister, when we're on school holidays, I'd have to, I was a little bit older. I was 2.5 years older than my younger sister. So we sort of just had to hang out at home and watch movies. So we always watched Return of the Jedi because she was only interested in the one with the teddy bears in it. So she would watch that one with me. And it was my excuse to watch a Star Wars movie. So yeah, I always loved Return of the Jedi. I sort of see people's, I sort of look at the Battle of Endor now, like with the Ewoks versus the Stormtroopers, and I'm like, oh, this could be so much more badass. If they did it today, it could be a little bit more like the Mimban War on Solo and, some Rogue One sort of stuff. But, it works. It's fine. I enjoy it. It's the other stuff, like all the Luke and Vader stuff, like Jabba's Palace. I love it. Yeah, like it's Return of the Jedi these days seems to be sort of interchangeable with my first favorite, which is Empire Strikes Back, depending on any given day. That can sort of change, those two sort of interchange as my top two. Come on, Razor Crest. My wife wants to know where I'll put it, and I think the dining room table will work great. She says no way. This might be my big question, Bill, but do you need your wife? No, I've got the same issue, man. Like, I've got no idea where I'm going to put that bloody thing. It's going to be so big. I've got the 3D printer coming next week, and I'm not sure where I'm going to put that either. So, I don't know. I need to hurry up at some stage and redo my shed. Like, I've got a 2-car car. Well, it's probably, you fit 4 cars in it. Big shed in the backyard that I'd love to convert into, like, a granny flat or an outdoor room, like a pool room sort of thing. And that could be my Star Wars room, and I'll just never leave it ever. I hear you there, Mark. Return of the Jedi is great. Just happened to follow 2 absolute classics. Love Empire a lot, but Empire was my favorite as a kid. I was 10 when Empire first came out. The Force is strong with the Force, which is weird one today. I had a delivery on a weekend from Aussie Sci-Fi. Nice weekend deliveries. That's out there. We get that sort of a little bit around Christmas, but not. That's it. What'd you get? Linda's already asking you. Well, what'd you get? Tell us now. Blue Harvest Vintage Toys. Well, Blue Harvest Toys got rid of the vintage. I'm single and ready to mingle. Audiences in 1983 lost their freaking minds when the Ewoks got sick. It would have been cool to see them actually they were playing the Stormtrooper helmets as drums, but it would have been cool to see a couple of corpses rotating on a fire, over a spit, like some Stormtrooper bodies on a spit. Need her badge. Let me buy it. She really is my biggest backer. Oh, I agree with you there. My wife's the same. If I wouldn't have what I've got now if she wasn't as supportive as she was. I had to break the news to her the other day that I'd bought the 3D printers. She knew I was looking at them, and she knew I was interested, but I just went and bought a little bit of peer pressure from the guys at work. And I thought, I'm just going to get it. I sold some comic books and stuff, so I've got a little bit extra cash. So Yeah, told her, and she was really cool about it. So I'm looking forward to get it. And I know I'd have to print her off something sweet just to help ease the load. We get a lot of Saturday deliveries. We don't get any up here just because we're in the Adelaide Hills. So, we're classed as regional, so we don't get weekend deliveries. Love weekend deliveries. Sunday's a fun day to get a package. Do they get mail in? I know you're not in the UK, Bill, but for you guys that are in the UK, Mark, I know you're there. Do you still get mail on Sundays? Because I've always believed in the Harry Potter thing where he's like, no post on Sundays. No post on Sundays. I get more texts from my ex-wife about Star Wars stuff now than I did when we were married. That sounds like you may have improved the relationship. They let us have our hobbies, and I appreciate it a bunch. Absolutely, man. I agree 100%. We could be doing worse things with money and time. Vintage collection Paplu, Tusken Raider, C-3PO, and Black Series Ahsoka from Rebels. Nice. That's some good scores. That Ahsoka's so good. Awesome. Yeah, we get mail on Saturdays, but US Postal Service does packages too on Sundays, not mail. Yeah, right, okay. Yeah, just where I am. I'm sort of classed as regional, so our mail services don't really venture up here on the weekends. Or if they do, it's usually to drop to the local post office to prepare for Monday deliveries. But yeah, we don't get door deliveries on weekends, at least where I am, but that's okay. I've got a PO box now too, so I don't know. I haven't got to the point where anything's come in on a weekend for me to go and get. Certain deliveries do on a Sunday. I'm watching Family Guy Star Wars Trilogy for the first time today. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, you're going to have a crack up. That's so good. I haven't watched them in so long. C-3PO is already in the Falcon. Did you plug the professor into the back? No, I need you to talk to the Falcon. Oh, awesome, guys. Thank you all for coming to hang out with me for a little while tonight. I've had an absolute blast. Always love coming in to talk some Star Wars for a little while. Always fun. Always great people coming into the chat. That's why I do it. Picked up Paplu last weekend at Walmart. He was on a little end cap away from where the Star Wars aisle is. Good surprise. Nice one. That's a good Ewok too. Off to watch gallery. Good stuff. Thanks for tuning in, my man. Enjoy. I'm going to watch it again, whether my wife likes it or not. And maybe I'll just wait till she gets to bed. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate all your time. You're all awesome. Yeah, if you can, give that little video a thumbs up. That video thumbs up. That'd be really, really appreciated. Helps get the word out there a little bit more. And yeah, I'd love to do more. I'm gonna definitely try and do more. But yeah, then things life stuff happens, and yeah, it gets out of the way. You too, Bill. Have a great weekend. I appreciate you hanging out. Big supporter, big follower, awesome stuff. Thank you so much. Thanks, Linda. Take it easy, folks. I hope you have a great weekend. Enjoy your day, night, evening, afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are. All right, guys, may the force be with you always. Absolutely, Mark. Yeah, we'll tee something up. Absolutely. It needs to happen again soon. Awesome. See you, folks. May the force be with you all.